Original King Julian for the case, man.
Hello, everybody. Grab your friends. Tell them to get on over here.
Sweet and sassy, all right? Woman, you're cute, and you don't need no makeup. Original cute body makeup.
Oh, I know you're here.
And you don't need no makeup. Original cute body makeup on model. Physically fit, physically fit, physically fit. Woman, physically fit, physically fit, physically.
I don't see any comments. Where is everybody? Come on, guys. Let me know you're here. Oh, can you see me? Nobody's telling me you can see me. Come on, guys. I need to know.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it.
Can you see it, Charlie?
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to.
There we go. Corinne's here. Hey, Corinne. Hey, Charlie. There's Cindy. Hello, Cindy. John Sue. How are you? I'm getting worried that you guys aren't going to get on. Hey, Jennifer. Right. Awesome. So good to see you guys. You know, I've got to work 2 3 screens at the same time. It's kind of crazy. If you want to know you're here, be sure to let Charlie know that you are on. Comment with your name. Say, Charlie, are you here? So he knows that you are here as well. Okay. All right, everybody. Good evening. So good to have you on here with us. Just a reminder, we are streaming also over on YouTube. If you're having trouble seeing it on Facebook, always go over to YouTube, or you can invite a guest to come watch us over there as well. We have some great training coming up for you tonight. And tonight is our final Move It Monday of 2024. I know it's crazy, but you know, next week is right before Christmas, and then the following week it's right at the end of the month, and we've got a lot going on. I'll probably pop in to say hi to you guys, but we're not going to have a formal meeting that night simply because there's so much going on during the holidays, and we need to make as full advantage of that week of December 26th to December 31st as possible. So I really want you to continue to work on getting those parties into that week so that you can finish strong. Thinking about who's going to be your last host of 2024. And then by the same token, who's going to be your first host of 2025. We're going to talk about that again in just a minute. But I want to go ahead and get us started with our quote for tonight. And let me just take this little banner off over here. If somebody can help me with it. There we go. All right. There is no better time than now. The time to live is now. The time to dream is now. The time to imagine and forget the past is now. The time to shine is now. The time to bleed, sweat, and determine yourself for the things that you want most is now. And, you've heard the blood, sweat, and tears. And the idea behind that is, if you want something bad enough, you have to put your all into it. You have to give yourself to it. And I know right now, this last few months have been challenging from the sense that, our company is going through some changes. It's restructuring. We've got new owners, and none of us really know what that means. But here's the thing, guys. While we're waiting to find out what that means, we can be making money. And too many people have been sitting back going, oh, I don't know. I better not do anything right now. I'm going to wait. And you have hurt yourself by doing that. The key, guys, is to take advantage of every single moment of every single day and every single thing that Tupperware is giving to you. I'm going to tell you that these 12 days of Christmas have been huge for me because I have every day shared it with my customers. I've reached out to some people that I knew were interested in certain things, let them know. And I've had so much activity from people just reaching out to me saying, hey, I want to get 2 of those. Hey, I want to get 1 of those. Hey, I want to get 3 of those. And all of the different things that we're putting out there, they're wanting to take advantage of it. Some of the things I had on hand and I could fill them that way, but others I was like, I don't have that on hand, but I can place an order for you. And they're like, please. and they're ordering. I had a lady just yesterday, she ordered 8 of the One Touch, the One Touch Fresh we had just a few days ago. She wanted some of those, and I didn't have them the sizes she wanted. So she ordered 8 of them and shipped it right to her. Because here's the deal. The prices that they're getting on these things are so good that if they order several, then the shipping is really minimal when you think about it. So these are things that you need to be taking advantage of. The 12 days, ends today, but we're going to have some more specials and things going on over the next 14 days. So you need to be actively working your business if you want to have a business, because when you leave your customers stranded, when you're not out there active, when you're not visible, when you're not posting every single day, number one, Facebook ignores you. If you're not there visible every day, Facebook thinks that you don't exist. So they don't promote you. They don't show your post. People will go 2 weeks before they'll see the post that you made 2 weeks because you haven't been posting every day. The engagement, talking to other people, posting on other people's pages, that is huge to keeping your algorithms up, to keeping you visible for people to see. And the thing is, if you want to make money, there is money to be made. And it's up to you to take advantage of that and to make that money. And if you're, content to not make money in December, but you want to make money in January, then guys, you cannot wait till January to start dating parties. It is so important that you get those parties scheduled now for January. And we're going to talk about the datings in just a minute, because I did do a dating blitz last week and I challenged you all to get parties into those first 2 weeks of January. And I'm going to say right now that we do not have any parties reported showing up for the first 2 weeks of January. So guys, we got work to do, but we're going to go ahead and get started now tonight. And I just want you to keep that in mind. I want you to keep in mind that you are the one in control of your paycheck. You are the one that gets to decide how busy you want to be. You are the one that can make the difference for yourself, for your family, for the people that you brought into this business. You are the example for anybody that you've shared this opportunity with. And you are also the example for somebody who's maybe looking at something to do, some way that they can make some extra money. And if they see you working and they see you excited about the money that you're making, they just might reach out to you and say, hey, tell me more. So don't wait. All right. Make this the December to remember. We've been talking about it all month long, and you still have 2 weeks to go. So there's still time to make it a great December. I want to remind you all that tomorrow night at 9 p.m., the Pay It Forward drawings will be done. Tupperware will be announcing the winners of the Pay It Forward. And we had quite a few qualifiers. So if you are a qualifier, and even if you're not, I'm going to encourage you to log into the Facebook page tomorrow night at 9 p.m. It's the Tupperware US and Canada Salesforce page, because it is the most emotional broadcast that we have every single year. So make sure you're there for that. Also, I want to remind you that today, we did extend it till today is the last day to qualify to get your bingo numbers. Now, as I have shared with you before, here's how it works. Everybody who sells 250 or more is going to get at least 5 numbers. If you have 250, you got 5 numbers. If you sold 500, you're going to get 10 numbers. If you sold over $1,000 in these first 3 weeks, you are going to receive 20 numbers. Okay, 20 numbers that you can pick, and you will be getting a Google form for you to fill that in. It'll ask you to just list your numbers. And the reason is so that I have them in front of me so I can check everything as we go through it. Now, what's going to happen on Thursday night, there will be a Zoom link posted for that. Everybody is invited to get on. Only those who qualified get to play. But if you want to be on and watch, that'll be great. We're going to stream it also to the page so you can watch if you didn't qualify. But you do have to be live and have picked your numbers to win the prizes. Okay. And I've got some great prizes, some exclusive things that you've not seen before to give away as well. And so you'll pick your numbers and then we will play. And basically what I do is I draw the numbers instead of like B1 or G60 or 55 or whatever the G would be. You're going to just mark off your number. And when you have 5 numbers marked off, you're a winner. And so the first one to have their 5 numbers called is going to be the winner of the first. And then we'll keep playing and we'll keep playing until I don't have any prizes. Okay. So that's the way it goes. You can only, the number only works once because we just keep playing the same numbers. And that's how it goes. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have one big game at the end. And I'll explain to you a little bit more about how that works. But, that we'll be doing that on Thursday night. As well. And that will be at 8 o'clock on Thursday night, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Okay. Oh, that one didn't do right. But anyway, I wanted to, if our party's up tonight, we have, I want to do a little recognition for the folks who have parties up for the next 2 weeks. And we did add some new parties to the last 2 weeks of the month. We have Jennifer Hensley has 2 parties up. Lily Tovar has 2 parties up. Aubrey Stubbins has 2 parties up. And Diable has 1. And Michelle Crump has 1. And hey, Siri, pick a number between 1 and 5. Hey, Siri. Let's see. Okay, I'll do it this way. Hey, Alexa. Pick a number between 1 and 5.
I think you've got the wrong assistant.
Here's a number between 1 and 5. It's 3. Well, Alexa just said 3. Siri said you got the wrong assistant. Ha, ha, ha. Too bad, Siri. So 3. 1, 2, 3. Aubrey Stebbins, are you on? If so, Aubrey, tell Charlie right now you are on because you just won a party pack. And I know, guys, I'm still behind on some of my mailings. I'm going to try to get most of those finished this week. It's been a crazy time of year for us too. But you know what? I have my list. Charlie keeps that list and I make sure we get through everything eventually. So little bit by little bit, I'm sending them out, a few here, a few there, but they're all going to be going out by the end of this week. So we'll have our winners. All right. So I'm going to go back to that dating blitz. And guys, we really need to focus on getting those parties into those first 2 weeks of January. And I really want to challenge you to do that. I want you, we had our How to Build a Snowman on Thursday night. And for those who were on there, if you were on Thursday night, go ahead in the comments. Tell me something that you learned. Okay. I want to know something that you learned if you were on there Thursday night. Because the training was phenomenal. It was absolutely fantastic. And it was just so much good stuff that you could learn to do. And we talked about, we had a dating tic-tac-toe that we kicked off on there as well. And so you have a lot of opportunities to be earning some prizes for dating parties. So the basic thing is I'll post the tic-tac-toe again. I'm going to give you till Friday to get those parties booked for those first 2 weeks of January using our tic-tac-toe. When you have 3 in a row, you win a prize automatically. And then every party that you've dated gives you a chance. So even if you date one party, that gives you a chance in a drawing for something else extra that I'll be sending out too. So we just got to get those parties dated because guys, there's an old saying that so goes January, so goes your year. So if you want to make money in 2025, if you want to come alive in 2025, if you want to thrive in 2025, it starts today. It means you've got to get those parties dated now, because if you wait, you will not have a January. Because when it comes to January, you want to have it already dated, because some of those parties you've dated are going to postpone. But if you don't have any parties dated, they're not going to date the first week of January. They're not going to date the second week of January. They're probably going to want to wait till the last week of January to have that party. And then they're going to postpone and go into February. So see, then you're not going to have a January. So that's why it's so important that you date as many parties as you can into now as possible. All right. I see Corinne's over there. Hey, Corinne. Oh, she already came on. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You can.
I was like,
That's okay, because you know what? We're getting ready to talk about some stuff that you and I were going to talk about.
So it's perfect timing.
In fact,
Perfect timing.
Corinne and I were talking earlier today about traditions. Oops, I can't put her on there. Let me put it. I can't do it with both those there. Traditions, things that you do every single year. You know, things that you always think about doing every year. So I'm going to ask a question, and Corinne's going to be looking to see your answers in the chat. What is some traditions that you do during the holidays? What are some traditions you do during the holidays? Okay, I want to know.
I'm putting mine in there.
Huh?
I said I'm putting mine in the chat.
Okay, you're putting yours in the chat. Good, guys. Come on, let's put them in there. I want to see what you got to say.
Let's see what you got. Who else has a tradition?
Yeah,
I shared mine. You share yours.
Christmas curry. Yes, we do that, don't we, Corinne? In fact, I think my granddaughters, that's their favorite tradition. They always love that one.
I'm telling you, food. I mean, food, I think, is such a great tradition. You know, and I think a lot of people and families do. I remember there was this one family when I moved into Chantilly, like this was 20 years ago before I even had kids. And they actually made their homemade like sticky bun, their family recipe. And I remember they came and knocked on different doors. And I felt so giddy that they stopped on my door. Because I was like, I really didn't know her. I knew that she had a young baby. You know, they were new to the neighborhood. And the fact that they dropped me off the sticky bun that had our family recipe on there was like, oh, super cool. So it was like, what sort of traditions do you guys have? Baking cookies.
I love it.
Is there a certain type of cookie that y'all make?
Yeah,
like,
and I wonder have a certain cookie. Cutting down a Christmas tree. Yes, Karen, that is so. We used to do that every year too. Charlie's sister actually lives up in Cedar Mountain, which is outside of Asheville area. And when we'd always have Thanksgiving up there when Charlie's parents were still around. And we would go up there and we would stop up. We passed a tree farm on the way, and we would always stop and cut down a tree and bring it home with us. And that was really special times for all of us too. You know, and it's those kinds of things that make a difference, right? That we do. Anybody go caroling? I know when I was younger, that's one of the things we used to do. We used to go caroling. And I remember when I was working with the youth group at church, we would go to the senior citizens home and sing for them. That was another tradition that we like to do.
Oh, you know, I remember at our church on Christmas Day, we actually delivered food for Meals on Wheels. So like after we were done unwrapping presents, we would go to Matthews Presbyterian there in Matthews. And I remember us putting together trays, and that was, I think, a good way to bring the family together. Actually, I'd love to do something like that with the girls. I mean, I know we're sitting here saying this out to everybody else, but maybe any of you guys on here, if you're in the Charlotte area, is there some place that you have donated time? I think Pamela, you're on. I want to say I saw that you did something where you were giving back recently with your family. I know you do a lot of wonderful things. I know my friend Melissa with their group Network Build Grow is going to be doing like volunteering this Wednesday. And it's kind of her birthday tradition, you know, which is this time of year too.
Yeah, you know, and another tradition that we have done actually at Hooray for many, many years is Toys for Tots. And we used to do a big thing back when we packed all the Tupperware and everybody brought their, you know, orders in to us to do and everything. So it was a little bit easier for us to do that. But we would actually set up outside of stores and things and collect for Toys for Tots, you know, just collect cash, you know, change, give us your spare change. And then we would buy Tupper toys, and Charlie and I would match whatever was raised. So if we raised $200, then we would match it. So we'd have $400 worth of Tupper. But I came across a picture, and I'm going to have to scan that picture and post it because it was a picture of us. One year we raised we gave $12,000 worth of toys.
Wow.
Remember, I don't know if you remember that. You were young then, Corinne.
I
got a picture of all these boxes stacked up against the wall in our meeting room, our rally room. And the Marines are there, and the staff, you know, is there. And it was so funny because they came to pick it up in their little Jeep. And when they came in to see what we had, they were like their eyes got really big because they didn't expect it to be quite so many toys there. So
hey, was that the year that Marine like sat on the ground and played with the Shape-O toys?
It is. And so I had gone out of the room and we had Shape-O toys. And when I came back, this big Marine guy, he was probably 19 years old. But it was a big buff Marine. And he was on the floor playing with the Shape-O toy. And it was just so special to be able to do that. And so now every year when I do vendor events, I always round up for Toys for Tots. And so I just dropped off. Friend of mine is from the Asheville area, and I met up with her the other day, and I delivered to her $500 worth of toys to take up to Toys for Tots, because once again, we rounded up and then I matched whatever we rounded up. So we were able to donate those toys so that some kids up there could get things too. So just, traditions are important and things to do. And right now I'm going to share a recipe for a tradition that I like to do. So Corinne, I'm going to take you off for just a second, and then I'm going to put this one on. There we go. All right. So one of the things that is a kind of a tradition, I do this for us for Christmas morning or Christmas Eve morning, depends on which it is. And I do this whenever we have people visit us. It's kind of a traditional thing that I make as well. It's an overnight baked French toast is what it is. And basically what you do is take sourdough bread and you take a big loaf of it. I use the Ultra Pro cast lasagna pan for it. And you fill it up. And I will share the recipe online also with it. And I think actually I had a picture of it, like what it looks like. Okay. Yeah. So let me put this up there. That's what it looks like, guys, in the big Ultra Pro. Okay. So that's right before it's not been cooked yet. It's just kind of layered together. And this one, I think I might have put some cream cheese in it too. So some little slices of cream cheese in. I got like cream cheese in there. And so it's, I'm going to take the picture off now. Take that off. Okay. So, but I didn't want to make that much because it's just me and Charlie here. So I thought, well, I like to use my little microwave breakfast maker. So how many of you have the microwave breakfast maker? If you have the microwave breakfast maker, go ahead and put it in the comments. Tell me what you like to use it for. Do you make your omelets in it? Do you use the egg cups with it and use it to make your omelet? Your poached eggs. You can also do little individual cookies in there. This is like a game changer piece for people who have just one person to eat, two people to eat. It's a great gift for college kids. It's on sale right now on the website, which is why I want to give you this recipe. Because guys, you could be selling these things like crazy. They're the perfect thing for kids at colleges. I need to put this in the microwave real quick. Butter. Okay, while that's doing. All right, so basically what I did is I took some bread, some sourdough bread. I just got a sourdough bowl, one of those rounds, sourdough rounds. If anybody, I don't have sourdough starter. I really want to learn how to make sourdough bread. And so I need to get some sourdough starter so I can do some. But I cut up some pieces. And for this one, because it's just like I said, for two, I took like 4 slices of bread, cut them in half, and I just kind of layered them in there. And basically that's what you do. You layer these slices of bread all the way down it. And then you can put cream cheese in between them if you want to, just kind of spread it on there. You could do extra butter. I'm going to use melted butter on the top of mine. And then you're going to use eggs and milk. You can use heavy cream if you want to. I did 2 eggs and about 3/4 cup of milk. And then I'm just going to shake it up. I put about a half a teaspoon of cinnamon in it. And then I put 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. And then I'll usually add some vanilla, but I didn't put the vanilla in there this time. Anyway, and then you just pour it over your bread, just like this. Okay. So what you're wanting to do is get your bread nice and soaked. And once again, I usually do this as an overnight bread thing. So it soaks it all in. You could probably gotten away with a little bit less milk, but I wasn't sure. I'm gonna let that soak up just a little bit there while I go get the butter to put on top of it. Now, what's great about this bread, this French toast recipe, is that you can mix it and make other things. You can add to it. So you could put some grated apples in it. And I've done that before, grated apples. I'm going to put some blueberries in it today, which I really like, and you can do that. I've done it where I did a little bit of grated orange peel, orange zest in there. You can also do the lemon zest with the blueberry. That's kind of cool too. I'm just going to put that in there. Let me get me a spoon here just to fork. And I'm doing this because I want it to get soaked up. That's why you do it overnight, because it really gets nice and gooey and soft and yummy and all that kind of good stuff. And we're going to let this sit for just a little bit before we do it. And then we're going to drizzle some butter on top of it. Okay, so and that's about a tablespoon of butter that I melted. It's not a lot, just a little bit on there. And then, of course, we have to have some maple syrup. So I have some pure maple syrup, because I think that makes it so much better. And then you just drizzle. I drizzle a little on before I bake it. You can also put some brown sugar on top if you want it kind of crusty as well. And then we'll add some more to that once it's done. So I'm going to put this in the microwave. It's going to cook. I'm going to let it sit for just a little bit before we do that. It's going to cook for about 2.5 minutes in the microwave. And then we're going to pull it out, and I'm going to let you see what it looks like when it's done. I might even decide to throw some nuts on top of it. I haven't decided yet, but that's what's so cool about it. So this is like a traditional breakfast thing that I like to fix when I have friends over, when I have company, and just when the family's all around, just because it's really simple and easy. Stick it in the oven, let it cook up until it gets nice and brown on top, and then it's good for everybody to eat. And so while we're working on that, I'm going to take, let's see, put this back up on the stage. I'm going to take this off, and we're going to talk about gift giving. So I'm going to bring Corinne back on. All right. And I'm going to take me off, and Corinne, I'm going to let you talk to them a little bit about some gift giving ideas.
Absolutely. Hey, guys. Okay, we need to switch it so it's a little bit more like that. That's a little bit better. Well, hey, are y'all having a good night? Okay, I hope so. I hope you guys have got some great ideas. I know as Marcia was sitting here sharing about the cinnamon vanilla in the breakfast maker, I started thinking of different recipes that I've loved. And I was also thinking about like different things throughout the years. One of my favorite seasonings that I've done at a DIY seasoning class is the cinnamon vanilla seasoning. Have any of you guys ever tried the cinnamon vanilla seasoning? Have you ever done it at a party? If you have, put it in the comments. I'd love to know one of your favorite recipes that you have used it for. And I was trying to have my phone up where I could see it for you too. So, Marcia, if you can share if any have anything. Actually, I think I have to have the little stream up too, don't I? This new way is just a little bit hard to keep up with sometimes. Okay, but cinnamon vanilla season. So as Marcia's talking about that, I'm sitting here thinking that is a great recipe. And I'm thinking I'm going to share that recipe because I've got some gift ideas I'm going to share with you guys. But I've also been thinking of some way that I could reach out and just touch my hostesses from this last year. It's just a way to say thank you, but that doesn't break the bank as well, like a way to show appreciation at the same time. So I have a really cool idea. And I'm going to tell it to you now. It's going to make you wait, but I'm going to tell you now. And then we're going to come to the gift ideas. So I love the seasoning blends, and I'm going to write a little note to my team member or my fresh friends. And I'm going to say, hey guys, of all the years that I've been in Tupperware, thank you so much for being my fresh friend. One of my favorite seasonings is cinnamon vanilla. And then I'm going to go ahead and make up a little sample of it. In fact, I'm going to get those little plastic bags, kind of like I do whenever I do my, I had it one right in front of me and it's completely gone. Here it is. When I do it looks like a little dime bag, right? But no, you get these at the jewelry store, right? Michael's, the little 1-inch by 1-inch little bags. So like the craft bags, the bead bags. And we're going to put a little bit of the seasoning in there. So we're going to go ahead like you would do with the Southwest Chipotle seasoning that you guys have seen. I've taken my recipe cards, like for how to make the salsa, and I'll hook the seasoning blend to it. You could do it with any recipe. I'm going to make the cinnamon vanilla seasoning. I'm going to go live tomorrow, do it, and I'm going to send this out to my customers with that recipe with the breakfast maker. And I'm going to be posting about that recipe Marcia just shared all week long because I'm sitting here thinking, how many people need a quick breakfast for Christmas morning or during that week? This is going to be a solution to share. So Marcia, thank you. I was trying to figure out which thing I was going to be doing, and that's what I'm going to do for my customers and my hostesses from this last year, my VIPs. All right, but let's talk gift giving. So last week I did a holiday shop at my daughter's school, and we try to get those last minute gift ideas because we still want to be Tupper aware and in front of people, guys. We want to make sure they're seeing all the great gift ideas that are out there. And when we have it accessible where it's easy for them to grab and go, they're not going to say no. because they're going to see it, they're going to grab it, and they're going to go, and it's going to be fantastic. So let me give you some ideas for you to put together. I want you to think of small items you have around the house, things that you can put together, and I want you to go put together your own little your little elf basket with a giftable idea and go share it with other people. What I did last week is a couple different things. I had a bunch of Tupper minis. Okay, so I took my Tupper minis and I filled them with some mints, and then some of them I actually filled up with M&Ms. So I got mints and I got M&Ms. And then I made little teeny labels to throw on them. Now, guys, these are really simple. It was a simple template. It wasn't anything really fancy. But this one says, wishing you a season full of merry and joy. And I emphasize the M and M for Mary and Mary. And then on this one here, it says, wishing you a season full of merry mint and joy. It has the little mint. And because I had a bunch of them on hand, I was selling them for $5. I mean, how great is that? A quick $5 gift that you can give to someone to show appreciation. You are doing a service by letting people know that you have the best product available. How many of you guys went back and watched those snowmans that Marsha did last week with April? Those snowmen are so cute and people really do love them, but we have to be Tupper ready and Tupper aware. I had these cute little stockings, so I took one individual mini and put them in each one. Just these are things I had around the house. Guys, don't go crazy. These little bags I got from the Dollar Tree, or you can go to Walmart and they have them for 97 cents in the party section. You can take some larger ones. I had some of these meal prep sets, the big wonders, medium wonders again. Throw the big mints in there. Wishing you a season full of merriment and joy. I went crazy with the mints. I took all different containers that I had and put mints in them. And I said, wishing you merriment and joy. Guys, how many of you can think of, oh, I've got products around the house right now that I could go stuff some mints in, put a tag on, and go share with people to help them offer a solution for those last minute gift ideas, for the nail tech, for the hairdresser, for the cleaning lady, for the teachers, for the babysitters, for the person that just smiled at you today. Because, you know, sometimes we got to catch a smile. There's too much negativity in this world. Okay, how about the soup mugs? And you could have a cute little saying on this one that says, wishing you a super holiday season. I mean, how cute is that, right? You could throw some soup in there, put some sad wrap around it, or the raffia on there, which is catnip for women. You could even go get those little mug cakes. I think Aldi still has them where they have like 4 in a pack, and they're little mug cakes. You can literally put it right in there, and someone can go make a mug cake. The silicone bags. I am obsessed with these bags. And you can say, guys, you got it in the bag. You really mean everything to me. Wishing you a season of merry mint and joy. Literally, the mints can go in anything, and you're sharing a quality product. And the thing is, right now, we can grab some of these still at an incredible price. I've been taking these and then reselling these at $5 each because I was able to get them when we had them before on that discount. And I'm easy to resell them. Right now, you've got those ultimate silicone bags are now $42 for that whole set. That's almost 50% off. I mean, that is a great gift idea too, to share with somebody else. So thinking about all the different things that you might have on hand that you can gift back. Think about little ways you can add sparkles and extras to get out there and let people know that Tupperware is a great resource to use this holiday season. Our stores are still open. The only reason they're going to be closed is if you're not talking about your business. So what things have you been sharing? Okay, so I'm looking here to see what we got. We've got Donna shared that she likes the snowmen. Definitely. How many of you guys have containers that you can use them for? Oh, April sold $2,000 in snowmen. How many of you guys still want to make an extra $100 before the holidays? Start thinking gift ideas. Start making your list of where to go. Put a basket together. I know I'm going to. And as I'm running errands, I'm going to have these with me so people can say, oh, these are so great. And I'll be like, yeah, I know. Can I help you with some last minute appreciation gifts? Can I help you with some last minute gifts? Can I be your elf this holiday season?
Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm trying to see what some of the other people are saying about those things that they were, the ideas that she shared and stuff like that. I know one of the ones that you do a lot, Corinne, too, is your friendship tea.
Oh, yes. I didn't have a chance to pull that one together, but this is a great one too. So I pulled the Tang over here. I'm going to try and get an image put up for you guys. I just had not gotten around to it yet. But if you just Google Russian tea, okay, it's nothing fancy. Russian tea that uses Tang. There's a couple different recipes out there. You're going to find the people that have the homeopathic ones. I can't remember which one it is that I use. Honestly, I think I just Googled it when I had my last few events and just used it. But I love this stuff. It's really good this time of year. I know personally, I'm coming over a cold. And this is the Russian tea is my favorite to drink just because it helps to open up with the cloves and the oranges. So you basically take the Tang, you're going to take friendship tea or not. Oh my gosh. The cold. You're going to take Tang. You're going to take instant tea, like instant iced tea. A lot of times it'll be the instant tea with lemon, and that's fine. And then you'll use some cloves and some cinnamon along with a little bit of extra sugar, mix it together. I will get the ratio of one tomorrow because I am going to go live and put it together. And so I'll let you guys know so you can join in as well. We can make it together. And then those are good to then put in the Tupper Minis because the Tupper Mini is one serving. It's not one that I would mail to people unless you're mailing a package to a past hostess as an extra thank you. That's a great thing to add in. It's like, have a cup of tea on me, but I wouldn't suggest you say, go mail a mini to everybody because that's going to cost way too much. But if you're already doing something, it's a great addition to add. Or if you're seeing people in person, that could be one as well that you have ready and packaged that other people can say, here's a cup of tea on me.
I love that. And, Corinne, I know you did a customer appreciation earlier in the month, and you actually made that at the thing. And guys, we've been talking about this idea of having an open house at your house to host appreciation, customer appreciation. This would be your little Cersei that you give them when they come by. Just have it, like a mini with the friendship tea, have it tied up and give it to them as they come in, and just thanking them for, coming to see you and say, you fit me to a T, or it's time for us to have a party. That could be your
I like that one.
You could give it to everybody as a special bonus dating gift for January. Thanks
I love that one as an extra bonus. Yeah. But go live doing that. And in fact, I challenge all of you guys this week to go live, putting some stuff together. Show that you're putting stuff together. Get your friends to tag other friends, because you guys know the algorithm, Facebook, all the stuff. We have to help each other to make sure they know that we're not going anywhere. Tupperware is not dead. Okay. This is still a quality product. People still want the product, and we are that lifeline and connection.
Exactly. All right. Well, guys, I'm going to share with you what my little French toast is done. Yeah. So there it is. So guys, as you'll see, the blueberries kind of popped and exploded, and I added some pecans on top of it. Now, what you can do is you can take and you can sprinkle a little brown sugar on the top if you wanted to. You could do that before or after to let it, kind of crusty up a little bit. And then I always like to drizzle a little bit more of the maple syrup on top. You can use honey if you prefer, but I just love the flavor of fresh maple syrup, pure maple syrup, not that other stuff. All right, so I'm going to take a little bite. And like I said, I really like this having set out overnight so that it soaks it all up. But we kind of wanted to do it fast, and it's still pretty soft down in here. So let me just get a little bite of it out here.
I wish I could eat it through the screen. I'm like,
oh. I know. Look at that.
Y'all see me trying to eat it?
Yum. And that looked great.
I can't get to it. Oh, so Melissa shared that she did the Southwest Chipotle seasoning in her Tupperware minis for a thank you at her wedding.
Oh,
and congratulations, Melissa. I am so excited for her impromptu nuptials. Now, maybe you'd been planning this, but I had to learn through the facey space, young lady. But I'm so excited for you. Like, my heart for you so much. But I think
I'm having a second bite. I'm sorry. It's so good.
That looks good. And I still have a little bit of ice cream cake left over from my birthday yesterday. So I think I'm going to have to go have some of that after this, because I mean, that looks better, but
well, here's the thing, guys. You think about the breakfast maker as something that's just for breakfast. And so you might think, well, I don't do a lot of breakfast. I don't eat eggs or whatever. This is such a game changer, this piece. You can do steamed vegetables in it. You can do asparagus in it. You can do chicken in it. You can you can do a chicken thing with cheese and breadcrumbs on it and cook it up. You can make a little pizza in it. You can do banana bread in it.
Wait. You could do a little pizza in it? I've never done a little pizza in it.
Yeah, you can do a little pizza in it. There's like a little dough you make. It's kind of like a quick bread pizza, but you put the dough in it and you mix the Italian herb seasoning into the dough and you cook that. And then you put your tomato and you put your cheese on it. And then you put your toppings and stick it back in there. And you've got a little mini pizza, just like that. So it's just
play with that one.
Yeah. So, and this is also another thing that if you ever make cook pasta, make extra. Toss it with a little bit of olive oil and then put it in a container. You can put it in the freezer or the fridge. If you're going to use it right away, just keep it in the fridge. But that little bit of olive oil keeps it from sticking together. And then all you need to do is mix it in with some sauce, put it in here, put some cheese on it, and you got a little mini, macaroni bake or a pasta bake that you can do. So it's a fun thing. And guys, if people see what they can do with this, they're going to want this piece. And, you could sell several of these for Christmas presents as well. So just something to think about. Just another idea for you to think about things that
I wonder if any of you guys have some on hand. We're talking about these gift ideas. You could take those, and this is just take those little Martha White muffin mixes that they have. Those are, I think, less than $1, aren't they? Add it in there, shrink wrap it up together. That would be a great little gift where it's like breakfast on me type of a thing. And she's sitting there eating more in front of me. All right, guys. Well, I guess we'll have to wrap it up then. But yes, congratulations to Patricia for being our Move It Monday winner.
All right. Well, we aren't finished with our training yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay because
Charlie did a drawing winner.
I know Charlie's getting ahead of himself, but that's okay. That's because he's sitting here looking at the dessert and he wants it. He wants that over here. But one of the things we talked about on the Build a Snowman was the New Year's resolutions, and so. I'm going to ask you guys in the comments right now to tell me what you think are the top 5 resolutions that people make for the new year. Now, there's a lot, there's about 10, 15 that are pretty normal, and some of them are similar. But these are kind of the top 5 that typically show up on everybody's list of resolutions. Go ahead in the comments. Let me know what you think they are as well, because we talked about the importance of getting ready for the year, right? And getting some different things planned for the year so that you're ready to hit the ground running with these tips and ideas. This is your opportunity to really get your stuff together, to study a little bit, to learn about your products, and then to make sure you have the products that you want to have to demonstrate as well. All right, so this is actually the top 5 resolutions. Eat healthy, save money, get organized, more time with your family, and financial stability. Okay, so those are like the top 5. People want to eat healthier, save money, get organized, have more time with their family, and financial stability. And guys, we are the ones who can help them with all of that. We are the solution to their New Year's resolutions. And Corinne and I were talking about some different foods and different things that we can use. And one of the ones Corinne was talking about was using those silicone bags. What were you going to, go ahead and tell them about that one, Corinne.
Well, I'm sitting here thinking the silicone bags are great for so many different things, but there was something you were sharing about, like overnight oats. How many of you guys love overnight oats? Have you tried overnight oats? And there's different kinds of oats, instant oats versus old, like quick cook oats. And then there's old fashioned oats, but we could use the silicone bags to pre-plan anything from overnight oats to chia pudding to my smoothie bag. So I'm ready to make a smoothie when I'm ready to go. I mean, these are a solution.
Right. They're great, because they also help you get organized. So you can go buy the great big bags of frozen fruits and the frozen, avocados, because actually it's probably cheaper to buy the frozen fruit and frozen avocado right now than it is to buy fresh. And because the fresh right now are not really that fresh because they come from so far away. But you can also get, you don't want to buy the ones that are already, they have these like frozen pre-mixed smoothies that you can blend up because they just charge you a whole lot of extra and they usually put sugar in them. But you can just buy these great big bags of fruit at Costco. And then you can also get diced avocado. And if you keep watch at the grocery store, a lot of times they'll go on sale. So get those, and then you can use those in there. You can also buy those great big things of greens, and those are perfect too. So what you could do is with your your silicone bags is go ahead and measure out the fruit that you're going to put in your smoothie, and then go ahead and pack in with it some of the different greens that you want to do. You can either keep the greens separate in one, you can have the frozen fruit in a smaller one, and then you just dump both of them into either your supersonic chopper or your blender. And then you can add your favorite nut milk, or you can regular milk, or you can just, if you use protein powder, you can put that in there and blend it up, and you've got your smoothies. And it's so, because everything's already pre-measured and out, you just grab and dump. That's what makes it so cool. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about for just a quick minute, and it comes to eating healthy, is also going to be a time saver. So you have more time with your family. It's going to help you save money at the same time. And that is our smart multi-cooker. And guys, if you don't have the smart multi-cooker, I'm going to encourage you to really think about, do your own party between now and then, and get this as your half off item, because this is going to be a game changer in January. The smart multi-cooker is a metal. It's metal. Okay. So it's got the base and there you go. The cover. These two pieces are actually, let me take this one off here. There we go. There we go. Okay, these are both metal. Okay, they're encased in plastic, but they're metal, and that means that whatever you put in here is going to cook by the steam that's around it. It's not going to cook by the microwaves. This is the one that you're going to use to do boiled eggs or steamed eggs. This is the base. Okay, this can be used to cook grains in. You can use it to cook rice. You can use it. I use it for quinoa, because quinoa is like my go-to grain, because it's very high in protein, high in fiber, and it's considered a superfood. And you use this piece with it, and this, just like the rice cooker. So basically, it's like the rice cooker, but it's part of the smart multi-cooker. So you don't have to have the actual rice cooker itself. I just put that in upside down. It goes this way. All right, you want it with the handles on the top. Anyway, you put it in there and you cook it, your rice, your quinoa, whatever. What makes this so cool is that you can do two things at the same time. So you could actually put your grain in the bottom, and then you could be steaming vegetables or protein in the top. But I was talking about the eggs. So let me tell you that one real quick. Because that question came up. Somebody asked at Thanksgiving. They said, how mine didn't come out. Here's what you got to do. Fill this line with water. Put the metal piece in place like this. You must do no less than 9 eggs. I personally think you need more than that. I mean, you need at least 10 to 12. It works well. But I always do a dozen. I just put the dozen eggs in here, and they just sit around. You want to make sure that they cover all the way around the bottom. Then you're going to put this on top, and you're going to stick it in your microwave, and you're going to do it for 12 minutes. Okay, so if you do less, if you have 10 eggs, you can try 10 minutes, 11 eggs, 11 minutes, 12 eggs, 12 minutes. Just do 12 minutes. If it's 10 to 12 eggs, do 12 minutes. Okay, so what's going to happen is it's called super steaming, because it makes the water start to boil and turn to steam within a minute. And it shoots the steam up into there, and it's cooking the eggs all around it. What's great is that your eggs are not going to crack like they do if they're in boiling water. I see people, you have to start with cold water, and then you bring it to a boil, and then you let it boil. You know what? This is so much easier. Just do it. It's 12 minutes. It's done. Then you take it out, and excuse me, you let it sit. Usually let it sit about 5, maybe 10 minutes, just so it's cooling down, because this thing's really hot when you take it out. So I'm just letting it cool down, because I've got to pick up the eggs afterwards, and they're too hot to mess with. So I just let them sit. They're just cooling down. It's not doing anything. They're still cooking a little bit. That's really kind of why I leave them. And then take them out. Okay, I take this off. There's residual steam. I'm going to take these, shake, shake, shake. And then what I do is I dump these into my That's a bowl, usually my That's a medium bowl, with water in it, cold water, and just enough water to cover the eggs. Okay, so it's about 2 cups of water. Your eggs are in there. You may add a little bit more. Seal it, shake it up, and what happens is that it hits the eggs together and it pops the shells, and the water gets underneath and it pulls, and they literally shell themselves. I mean, you have these beautiful eggs that have no shell on them, and you just rinse them off and set them aside, and you're ready to do whatever you're going to do with them. And during January, when everybody's trying to get healthy, they're going to be thinking about all these different kinds of keto diets, high protein diets, low carb diets, and a lot of people use eggs as their protein because it's a very high protein food for the calories that you get with it. So it's a good thing to eat. And people who are working out, doing a lot of muscle building, they need a high protein amount as well. So they'll eat 4, 5, 6 eggs a day. Okay, so that's a really important thing to think about. This is also, I've done setups at CrossFit several times, and this is like one of my top sellers, that and Fridge Smart, for the folks there, because they eat very lean protein and they eat lots and very low carb veggies. So they eat Brussels sprouts, they eat broccoli, things like that are low sugar and low carb, but high in fiber. They like kale and spinach. And so what you can do is they can take their chicken and they can put the chicken in the bottom in here. They can put that in there and start steaming it. So steam it up, start it going. It's going to take about 10 minutes for the chicken, about a pound of chicken fingers and stuff. Do it about 10 minutes, and then put your veggies here, stick it in there, put it on top, stick it back in there for about 5 more minutes, and then just let it, and then it's all done. And then they have that perfect meal that they want for their high protein, high fiber, low carb type meal. And it's going to be a great one for that too. This thing gets used all the time at my house. Besides, I steam my veggies in it. If you're doing mashed potatoes, it's great for doing your potatoes, and then you can mash your potatoes. You can do it a chicken vegetable Alfredo. For those of you, you can put your bow tie pasta in the bottom. You're going to start cooking your chicken. Once again, start it first because it takes longer. Then you're going to have the water in the bottom boiling. Add your pasta. The pasta, actually, you can do the pasta and the chicken about the same time. Then you're going to add the veggies at the end. So then once they're all done, what you do is you, once again, open it up. Your veggies are here. You're going to dump the veggies right there into the chicken. You're going to set the chicken over into this, just like this, so it's not draining all over the countertop. You're going to take the small colander, place it on top, and you're going to go to the sink and you're going to drain all the pasta. Then you're going to come back and you're going to dump the chicken and the veggies into your pasta. So it's all here in one bowl. You're going to add your sauce. You can do pesto sauce. You can do Alfredo. You could do a little half Alfredo, half marinara, and toss it up. And dinner's done. And it's basically a one pot thing because you don't mess up anything except these. So it's so easy. It doesn't heat up the kitchen. It doesn't use the stovetop. It's so simple that everybody in your family can handle it and do it as well. So that's just another idea, guys, of things that you can do to help people with their resolutions this year. Okay. So remember all those resolutions. Remember what you can work with them as well. And I'm going to get over here to our final quote of the day. Don't wait. The time will never be just right. From the great Napoleon Hill. And I say this, guys, because you know what? While you're waiting for everything to be perfect, you are missing out on a great opportunity. So let's get out there this week and let's really work hard this week. Let's make some noise. Let's be very present on social media. Let's blow things up and talk about things. Pack up stuff in your car, get out and hit the streets. Go into businesses and just say, hey, I'm the Tupperware Santa, and I've got some great little gift ideas if anybody needs any last minute things. Carry one of your little snowmen in there. Use some of the ideas that Corinne shared. Have a little basket with some of those little ones. People love little grab and go stocking stuffers. And as I had put in the chat earlier, my friend April, who showed you how to make those, she's already sold over $2,000 worth of those snowmen, and she had to go back to the snowman factory and make some more because she'd sold all of them that she had. So, guys, there's still time. there's still time for you to be making some money here over the holidays and definitely filling up your date book. So in the comments, guys, let me know what you loved, what you learned, and be ready to make 2025 the year that you thrive. All right. Thanks, everybody. Good evening. Bye.
I like to move it. He like to move it. She like to move it. You like to move it.